triple cheese decker McCheese muffin stuffed bacon cheese slider with extra cheese.
Oh, yes.
You know, one of the very effective ways that the dairy industry promotes its products is to reach children, because kids are impressionable, they're going to be consumers for their entire lives, and you might as well get them while they're young. So dairy spends at least $50 million promoting its products in public schools throughout the country, with posters with people with milk mustaches and messages like milk does a body good or milk life.
Targeting young people, right? The tobacco industry had to keep replacing their customers who are dying with new customers. The meat industry knows they have to target young people. That's why we have these foods in schools and marketing messages at a younger age for kids to get hooked on all the wrong kinds of foods. So there's all kinds of parallels.
School districts where processed meats are all over the place. Maybe it's going to be bacon on the menu, sausage, hot dogs, or pepperoni pizza. Any of those things are processed meats, and those are pretty much the worst of the worst, with a direct link to colon cancer. And yet you have every day in the schools meal items with processed meats.
If the Surgeon General puts warning labels on tobacco because of their cancer risk, why aren't the same warning labels on meat?
No, power to the people, peace to the people. Beautiful day it is. I got my exercise in early today, about 5 a.m. But yes, I wanted to talk about the clip I just showed. The craziest part about that, right, is that I did have just one immeasurable appetite all throughout my school career, right? But in high school, it was different because we had like the same like kind of like 3 to 4 style buffet style, dishes for breakfast and lunch. So you kind of know what to expect. I pretty much ate cinnamon toast crunch and French toast sticks, double killer, every morning. Like every morning. And sometimes I skip lunch because anything with mayonnaise is just out of the question. I had an incident when I was in 3rd grade. I knew I didn't like mayonnaise, but I tried because that's all they had. They didn't even have like the free lunch peanut butter and jelly at Sacred Heart in Trenton, New Jersey. And I went for it and I threw up at the table, and my friend Jeff threw up right after me because that's the kind of crazy chain reaction you get. Like I don't think he really liked it either. And like when we talked about it later, it was the cheese and the mayonnaise that got to us. And I thought I peeled all of them off, but I must have missed the spot. And then just the mayonnaise was just too much to cope with. And so I'm saying all that to say this. I got to a point in around 5th or 6th grade, man, I promise you. I don't know what they put in that food, but it is addictive, right? Because it's not as good as a home cooked meal. But I used to take the monthly lunch menus home, and each week and in certain days even, I would just study it because I hated pizza day, because the pizza was like, you're used to white crust pizza, but they always had some yellowy residue on top. I'm assuming it's grease or butter. And it didn't mix well with the tomato sauce. So I used to peel back most of the cheese on it and then enjoy just a piece of crusted bread with tomato sauce with like a little bit of sprinkles of cheese, right? To this day, I don't eat pizza anymore, but I do prefer a tomato-based pizza. I don't like a whole lot of cheese. It's crazy. But I used to study that menu, like in hopes of some of my favorite meals coming, to pass. And it never dawned on me until watching this portion, because I've seen What the Hell before, but I'm like, yo, I had a habit and probably didn't realize it because, you go to school and you dread going to school. School is school. But I actually did gain like most of my weight in between those 2 grades. I got like kind of chubby. And a lot of it probably came from what we were eating at home, but it's something I don't know, because I thought school lunch always sucked, but I must have liked something about it. I took that menu home and I studied it. That's one. 2, another thing that I used to do in Sacred Heart, whenever they had something I just couldn't stomach, I would go for the free lunch meal, which was it was triple bread, peanut butter and jelly, and that thing was stacked, and they used peanut butter that had real peanuts in it. I was like, this is better than the regular lunch. And so whenever I couldn't deal, I would just eat that. That joint was, I hate the word bussin', but it was definitely delicious. Like, if I could go back right now just to see if my taste buds were in tune, or was it the fact that I just was a hungry child? I believe I would like it even to this day, where I don't even eat that kind of stuff. Uh, but peace to you all, man. You have to protect your children. I know a lot of people don't like to cook at home, but you have to love them, man. You don't love yourself, that's cool, but you have to love your children. You have to monitor everything they're doing, everything that goes in their system, everywhere they're going. Don't just say, oh, I know such and such as parents, but do you know the cousins, the relatives, the other friends and family, associates, people that tag along, weirdos, creeps, and people that are cool? Because I don't know why we don't rule out cool people. Like, they won't go fuck somebody's child too. It's the most handsome person you might think of, who might just want some, or might want to be abusive. Just like, man, these freaking kids getting on my nerves. I'm gonna slap them. I don't care whose parents these are. So on, so on and so forth. So you got to start early with at least controlling their diet and what they consume, so that they can live normal lives and they don't have to come to early demises, nor do they have to live with the humiliation and frustration that comes with trying to say, are you body shaming? But it's like, well, let's not even talk about that. Let's get to the root of the issue. Who are you to even have to say something like that? Wouldn't you have rather lived a life where body shaming, no matter what the term means, it wouldn't apply to you? Would you have rather lived a life where you were in just your natural shell, fully functional, fully capable, no complications? I wish I did, and I changed everything about my life so that I could, and I'm pushing 40, and I don't care. I'm gonna treat it like I'm 18 and I just found out about the food and health industry, and I got this new brain, new body, new way of living, new way of getting things done, and I'm just pressing forward, like I just found out how to do this and do that, even though I'm in my midlife supposedly. So just, if you don't love your children, at least know that what they consume plays a huge role in, like, just even their overall self-esteem, man. You should want them looking good, feeling good, acting good, performing at their best, because it ain't gonna last forever. And so at least they'll have something to look back on and something to reference whenever they start to gain or whenever they start to get unhealthy. They'll say, oh, let me get back to my routine that my mother had me on my entire life, and this should be behind me within a matter of days, weeks, maybe months. But for most people, it takes years, and they don't make it. Like, I don't see a lot of testimonies where people are like, I made it. This is the final result. Unless they go on this, do some surgery, or they get on some old crazy bulking journey, and then you want to be a muscle head. You still haven't lost the weight. You just became obese with muscles. Peace to you all. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. And oh yeah, while I'm in a fasting state, let's not get it messed up. This coconut milk, I'm not consuming that right now. But tea, I put my thyme in there. Some people call it thyme, but it's actually thyme. And cilantro, lemons, celery. Those are just the leftovers from the juice that I made. This is a huge container. I had it filled up. It did run me about $70 to fill it up. I've only been drinking 1 cup a day, and therefore, when you think about it, it's going to last me probably 12 days, right? So 12 into 70, a little under $6 a day. $6 a day for a healthy drink. Come on now.